to Melba's Gone Rogue, which I really like that name. I came up with it this weekend. And I guess what prompted it was, I have one other YouTube channel, and then my husband and I have a YouTube channel. Anyway, I was just really getting frustrated with the whole, what's your niche, what's your sub-niche, and my husband and I's channel fits fine. It's a travel related channel, so that one works fine. But my other one, I can't quite get it into a sub-niche yet. It's lifestyle, but anyways, I was getting frustrated with the whole thing. So it just occurred to me, what if you just kind of winged it, Maybe it wasn't polished, because I think so much of the stuff seems so polished. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing my other channel as well as our travel channel, but sometimes all of the do this, do that, do this, do that just kind of gets a bit overwhelming. So anyway, so that came to me as far as the whole, Melba's Gone Rogue. So I'm not going to be following all the rules, which is an interesting piece because I'm a rule follower. So we'll see where this goes. But anyway, so I thought, and I also wanted to do kind of a morning chat with coffee. So hope you're having your coffee this morning. So let's see what goes. So it's kind of what's on my mind in the morning, chat, things of that nature. So thanks for joining me. And like I say, we'll see where this goes, if anywhere. So as I said, since I have other YouTube channels, what I tend to do in the morning, as probably most of you do if you have a YouTube channel, is to check your stats, see how things are going, what you got, how many people have tuned in, kind of just a routine. So since I'm filming on my phone, I'm going to have to look on my computer. So let's see what's up. Okay. So like I say, probably most of you who have a channel probably do the same thing, kind of see how things are going. What's new on your analytics? Also, it's always interesting to see what's popped into my feed based on what I looked at the day before. So my last full video was posted on September 5th. So that was on Friday. So I've had 7 views and 4 likes, and 2 of those are myself and my husband. But I also did 2 shorts off of that video. So let's see. So the first one was 387 views and 3 likes. Again, 2 of which are me and my husband, most likely. But this was an interesting, on my other channel, this was an interesting, I thought, take on a different point of view on the whole Cracker Barrel incident. I really like Cracker Barrels, and it just made me think, why do I like them? And so I decided to do a video on that. So that's what that's about. So a couple shorts off that video. And then the other, I did a second little short clip off of that, and that one's gotten 34 views and 1 like. So anyway, but like I say, the YouTube thing, sometimes, I enjoy doing it, and I like the creative process and whatnot. But sometimes all the, like I say, structured, formatted, polished look to everything is just, I don't know. It's like, I really like the channels that aren't like that, that are more kind of, as I say, winging it. So that's what I'm going to do with this morning coffee component, I think. It's just kind of what's on my mind. So anyway, so I'll turn on the TV. I'm not much of a news watcher, but I do watch news anyway. But I do watch our local channel, see what's up. And I do watch Good Morning America. I like it got a little bit of news, but it's got more people interest stories and whatnot. I find that much more enjoyable. Just full-on news, I think, has just gotten to be too much. I used to do that, but I don't anymore. Most of the time it's pretty depressing. But it's interesting, my dad, he's like news 24/7. And he never used to be that way, so I don't know what brought that all on, but he watches it, and then, like I say, when it's like 24/7, but when I talk to him, he wants to know if I've heard this, did you hear what that person did, or that person did, what about this? So sometimes I'm just like, not interested. But like I say, I do like more of the personal stories that are part of the morning news programs. But I guess the big news yesterday was the Supreme Court came out with a ruling on the immigration related. So I did not get a chance to hear much about that. Yesterday was my last annual checkup appointment for the year with my doctor. So I had an early morning appointment, so I had to get going. So I really didn't get to hear much about any of that stuff. But on that topic, it's September. The year's gone by so fast. But I finally got all my checkups done. So starting in March was my family doctor. Got the dentist in, got the dermatologist in, cardiologist checkup. What else am I missing? Oh, mammogram in, and then my lady doctor appointment yesterday. So they're all done. Everything's good. Still keeping a watch on getting your lab works is always fun, isn't it? But keeping a check on keeping the cholesterol down, and that's gotten to be a challenge as I've gotten older. Some of you may have found that as well. But anyway, it's nice to get all the appointments done for the year. So that's all good. I did have an extra appointment this year. I got some tendonitis in my elbow or something, came out of the blue. So I had to go to the doctor for that. But aside from that, all's well. So anyway, so I guess I need to find out what this Supreme Court ruling was yesterday. And I'm not, like I say, I'm not much of a news person. I'm not much of a political person. I certainly have my opinions and whatnot. And I may share a few of those on the morning chat with coffee. But for the most part, I think people have their views, and that's your view. Trying to convince something of somebody else, I don't think is very effective. But I think you should be informed and do your own research and read up on things. And it was interesting. I did hear yesterday, some references to, taking the time, investing the time to reading the Supreme Court decisions rather than just relying on the news to tell you what the interpretation is. And I've read bits and pieces of some in the past, but that's a commitment. But if you want to hear both sides of that legal case, then I guess that's what you need to do. So I may do that this time. But I guess so this ruling, I guess it's in reaction to the restrictions that were placed on the Los Angeles immigration stops. And so I guess this ruling yesterday said that those are okay. So yeah, I guess they are cleared the way for the ICE agents to conduct sweeping immigration operations in Los Angeles. Oh, so it's specific to Los Angeles, but I guess it's overall as well. I think it was a 6-3 decision, I think, what I heard on the news. Doing patrols to do, they were indiscriminate, I guess was being the charge, and that you can't stop solely based on race, language, job, or location. Yeah, 6-3 decision. But I guess yeah. Well, I'll have to read into it. But yeah, I don't know. If you're here illegally, you're here illegally. But I also don't agree with randomly picking up people based on race, language, or you think they may be illegal because they work in a particular job. I don't think I agree with that. So it's interesting these days, right? Well, anyways, like I said, I guess that was the big news thing yesterday. I don't have to read up on that a little bit more, but those are my thoughts at this point. Well, so what's on tap today? Well, I'm self-employed, so I work about 2 days a week. So I'm going to a client's office today for a few hours, and probably tomorrow too, but that's about it. I'm still new and got to do some editing with my husband on our travel channel. We have a video coming out. So I need to work with him on that one. It's mostly going to be him talking on that one. In May, we went on 2 cruises, and it's really a trip of a lifetime, really. Anyway, went on 2 cruises and then some land stay as well. But we've been doing a series of videos on the various spots that we stopped in Mediterranean. So we're editing our next video. I think this is like maybe like the 5th one so far in that, and it will be on our stop in Alexandria, Egypt. So if you're interested in that, you might look for that on YouTube. So, well, like I say, I think a lot of us are, if you're watching, you probably got a YouTube channel. It's in some form or another. And or maybe not, maybe you're just watching YouTube. That's what I was doing. I like YouTube. I like the uniqueness of the different channels, but like I say, I certainly do like the ones that are less formal, a little looser. The ones I tend to follow tend to be a little more relaxed, but I have some that I follow pretty regularly, and so many of them just look so structured, and I guess that's what I'm kind of feeling, going against that that flow. So anyway, so let's see what showed up in my feed this morning based on, oh, and the other thing on the shorts, I'm not really a shorts person. I don't really like shorts. I guess, I'm looking for that more kind of in-depth, authentic kind of conversation, and so long form. So my videos are long form, but I've been making a couple of the shorts to kind of, as they say, kind of get the reach out there. I don't know how effective that's been so far. Quite honestly, I haven't seen it. They've gotten views, like that one's got 300 and something views on that short, but I think I only saw one increase in the actual video. So I don't know that it really does that. if you're doing long form, but then you do a short, and I don't know that it's really, so far I haven't seen that. So anyway, but you know, you're learning as you go. And my other channel is been up for a month, and our travel channel has been up for just a little over a year. So we enjoy it. I enjoy it. I like the creative part. I like the, you know, creating the videos, you know, kind of coming up with the ideas and whatnot. What I don't like is the whole formally, you know, all the tips from the people in the know, and what gets views and what doesn't get views, and how professional your thumbnail needs to look, and your title and all of that. That to me, that gets to be a little overwhelming. And like I say, I don't tend to watch those ones anyway, so I imagine there's other people like me that those ones aren't necessarily the ones that grab your attention. And so anyways, I'm still trying to figure all that out and what I'm comfortable with and not. But here on Melba's Gone Rogue, we'll just see what happens. Who knows? But yeah, so the ones I have watched, obviously they're popping back up in my feed. And I guess too, you know, I like the more of the variety, you know, the whole sub niche thing. They get so focused into that topic. Let's say, you know, it's early retirement, let's say, for example. That's all they talk about. And I just, you know, with my channel, I want to talk about broader things than that. But that's supposedly not, you know, the way to do it. But that's what I like. And that's what I like from the other creators that I watch too. They're not so compartmentalized. So anyway, we all got to do what we got to do and what we like to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's starting to feel a little more fallish here. We're in northern Nevada, and I like fall. Fall's my favorite time of the year. And it was a little chilly. It's been a little chillier in the mornings, which has been nice. And this morning I heard the owls. We have a pair of owls that are regularly in our trees in our yard. And they seem to have gone away for the summer. I heard them once or twice, but I heard them this morning. So that's nice. And we have hummingbirds also, and I'm seeing less of those. So maybe some of them are starting to migrate. So fall is coming again, which is my favorite time of the year. So I probably need to I always get behind on putting my fall home decor out. I need to change my little flag outside. I always like to decorate our fireplace mantle piece, which is right there. So get my fall decor box out and put some stuff up, I think. But fall to me is just more relaxing. It's kind of easygoing, more comfort, you know, warm blanket, you know, sit and watch a TV or whatnot. But I like the changing of the trees, and probably do on my husband and I's travel channel, we did a drive in the fall colors. So probably do that again this year because I really do enjoy that. Or maybe a walk. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything new and exciting in my feed this morning. You know, I was looking too, I don't really see any morning chats with coffee, and I like that. So I hope you like it. If you're watching this morning, join me. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do this on a daily basis. So if you enjoy that, maybe I hope you'll turn in. Yeah, I was looking for that yesterday, and I really don't see a lot of that. There's how to make your morning coffee, but I don't really see any like morning chats. No. The music ones, I do like the music. I do watch a lot of those. or I put them on in the background, really. I like the ones that just have the music with the scenery as background music. I do like that. Yeah, morning affirmations, how to make your morning coffee. No, I was looking for some chats, so hey, maybe I'm the first. I doubt that. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything like that. No. Well, so what else is on tap for today? Say I need to maybe this afternoon do some editing with my husband on our travel video. Hopefully we'll get that out by the weekend, I hope. There's a lot of editing that goes into the travel ones, I have to say. And that's one of the things I'm looking forward to with this, is not doing a lot of editing. And as you can see, I'm pretty relaxed. I'm still in my pajamas with my robe. You know, I think a lot of us do that in the morning, right? So this is me in the morning. And my husband, he tends to sleep in, so I don't know if he'll get up before I chime off this morning or not, but I usually get up pretty early. I get up 5:45, 6, something like that. But so anyway, so we need to work on that video today. And what else is, the other thing going on right now, like I say, I have my own company. It's just me. We're semi-retired, and my other channel talks a lot about that, just from my perspective, and the planning, and slowing down in our routines and being more intentional in the activities that we do. And so that's really the focus of my other channel. And memories too, just being grateful for where we're at, looking back on the memories of opportunities we've had, or I've had, how they've influenced my life, maybe sharing some of those ideas. So anyway, so finance is a big thing. I enjoy doing finance. I like keeping track of stuff. So anyway, so I was doing a lot of that yesterday, and just kind of seeing, I kind of stay up on our expenses and stuff, so we kind of know where we're at on our semi-retired budget. But we have an appointment coming up on Friday with our financial advisor to kind of start the process of looking at that full retirement. And again, my other channel really goes into more detail on that, but that's the other thing that's on tap. I think I pretty much got it done yesterday. My projections, and kind of go over those with the financial planner, with her professional software, and see how that looks. So that's going on. So again, that we have that appointment on Friday. But semi-retired, we really don't have a lot on our agenda. Really doing the things we want to be doing. Like I say, I work a couple days a week. I enjoy spending time on the YouTube. And my husband, he retired, and he started his own business, so it's just him. And his is even less time than what I'm spending. He probably spends maybe a day a week on it, but he spends a lot of his time doing the things he really wants to be doing, volunteering, just different get-togethers with friends and whatnot. So like I say, we really don't have any big things on the to-do list. And I mentioned we did a big vacation this year. We did a month-long vacation, Mediterranean vacation, and so we're kind of vacationed out for this year, but are looking at activities for next year. So what we're going to do with that, and this looks like he may be doing a 2-week vacation with one of his buddies, which I'm fine with. So the big question is, what am I going to do? Am I going to stay home, or am I going to do something on my own? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but that'll be on my other channel. So Yeah, I'm just looking at my feed. Nothing really interesting. I'm gonna go back to my analytics. I do like analytics, so I enjoy looking at those and kind of seeing what the information is and what the views and that kind of thing. So let's see. So on my other channel, what's my time looking like? So on my last full-length video, oh, it's like I say, it has 7 views, but got like almost 58% on the view duration. So almost 17 minutes. That's pretty good. That's better than our travel videos get. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. And then the 2 shorts off of that video are at 25% view duration. And what's the other one? 40%. Oh, so that's pretty good. Not bad. Very good. You know, I do like to watch too other new YouTubers and kind of their experience. I do watch the, in the know ones, suggestions and whatnot. Maybe I'm watching too many of those because, like I say, that's what kind of got me getting frustrated with the whole, structure and form and all that kind of stuff. But it is insightful. And one of the things I just thought was just too much, really, was one of the other channels that I like to watch that really focuses on YouTube trends and things like that was saying that there are 20 million new YouTube videos per day uploaded. That's crazy. Crazy in the sense that we're all competing against that. 20 million. I didn't see, or I don't remember them saying it, how much of that is US, Canada, other countries. I don't know what that is. But 20 million. Wow. That's hard to compete against. But they say you find your audience. So hopefully I find my audience. So maybe you're part of my audience for this channel. And Melba's Gone Rogue. I really liked that name. It really made me laugh when I thought of that. I told my husband about it this morning. I said, I've come up with a new idea. I really wanted to do a coffee, morning coffee series, and but it doesn't fit in that sub niche over there on that other channel. So created this new one, and the whole R.O.G.U.E component again is just not necessarily following the rules. So like I say, we'll see where that goes. But maybe like I say, I'd like to do it each morning. May not have a lot to talk about each morning, but we'll see how that goes. Well, I guess that's about it. Well, maybe I should have a look-see at the other my husband and I's channel. Let me go look at that real quick. Because like I say, that's my usual routine in the morning, is to have a look at those and just kind of see what's what. Feel free. I'd love to hear people chime in the comments and whatnot, how you're doing, what's working, what's not working for us small YouTubers, as they say. So, and introduce yourself too. If you've joined the channel and subscribed and plan to watch, feel free to introduce yourself and where you're watching from. And so let's see. So on our travel channel, so our last video that we did was August 30th was our full video, and we got 24 views and 3 likes on that one. Like I say, I'm overdue on that one, but we did put out a short yesterday. My husband was out of town for the weekend, so we did a little short on that. But I guess I should look at that too. So that short that we put out yesterday, it's gotten 81 views and 1 like. So let's see what the view duration on those are. So our last full video again was the August 30th. So that's at 23%. Which actually is kind of better than our other ones. Our other ones prior to that was a 16% view duration and another 16 and a 14. So people watch longer on that one. So then on the short, how's that doing? Where's that? So let's see. Maybe it doesn't have, oh, there it is. I looked over it. So that one's at 23%. 74 views on that short and 23%. So not too bad. Well, there's my husband. He's woken up. He's out of bed. He's going to walk by. I'll clip this out. Go along, go along. So anyway, so that's my update on my stuff. So not too bad. Not too bad. So thanks again for tuning in this morning. Say I may be doing this on a daily basis, so we'll see what goes. All right, thanks for watching.